This week on the Discover UMB show, Brad tries not to screw up the Discover UMB show. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of the Discover UMB show. I'm Mike.
I'm Brad.
And with us today we have a current student, Kirstin, who's going to help us answer some questions. And today we are live from the cafeteria here on the St. John campus. So what's been going on at UMB this week? Well, on Saturday night it was Halloween. And on our Fredericton campus, we had what is called the Harrison House Great Pumpkin Sacrifice, one of the oldest residence traditions in Canada. It sounds a little strange for those that don't know, but Harrison House, every year, they sacrifice a very large pumpkin, a 600 to 700 pound pumpkin, for a good academic harvest. So there's lots of events and activities leading up to the actual day. On Halloween, the pumpkin is paraded to Joy Kid House, where it is blessed and ready to go, sent back across the campus where it's carried by Harrison House residents and alumni. They then take the pumpkin up to the roof of Harrison House, push it off with the fireworks and the flares, obviously under the supervision of a pyrotechnician, but the point is to celebrate a good academic harvest. So a really cool activity that happened at Harrison House this weekend.
So on the St. John campus, Wednesday nights are res gym nights, and essentially that's a dedicated time at the gym for the resident students on the UMBSJ campus to get together and do some fun things. So have a democratic vote and decide what they're going to do for the night, whether it's soccer, baseball, dodgeball, ball hockey, you name it. And they get active together and kind of keep off that freshman 15, I guess. And it's great for the mind too, to keep active and healthy. So that's a fun thing our resident students do on the St. John campus.
Perfect. Also, speaking of sports and athletics, our women's rugby team. What a terrific start they've had this year. Their first year in the Atlantic Colleges Athletic Association, and no better way to start. They were actually league champions, so they won the league this year. So congratulations to our women's rugby team. They are now 1 for 1, so big shoes to fill for next year.
So over the course of the fall, we've had some future student nights across Canada, promoting all great things here at UNB. We've got a few coming up next week. So on Monday, we're going to be in Fredericton. On Tuesday, we're going to be in Moncton. And on Thursday, we're going to be in Woodstock. So if you're in those areas, we'd love to see you out. But if you happen to have missed yours already, highly recommend coming to take part in one of our campus tours. Campus tours are all personalized. You can sit in on the class, have a meal, see residents, do a campus tour, lots of great opportunities. So if you missed a future student night, come see us for a campus tour.
Perfect, and all that stuff can be found umb.ca/recruitment. List of all of our events, you can register for the events, you can also get access to our campus tour booking form right on there, umb.ca/recruitment.
So that's what's been up at UNB this week. Now we're going to get to the questions. So with me, I have a current UNB student, Kirstin. You can tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Kirstin. I'm a second-year student at UNB. I'm the arts program. I'm from Barrie, Ontario, and my favorite sport's rugby.
Okay, let's get to those questions.
Great question, Kennedy. My favorite class I would have to say is my SEP 101 class. It's just a basic introduction into sports and exercise psychology. It's super fun, and the teacher that teaches it is super fun too.
Thanks, Megan. That's a great question. And the answer is yes, you can definitely apply to more than one program, and it's actually relatively easy to do so. As you complete the online application, you'll actually have an option to pick a second program, and it can even be on another one of our campuses. So you can apply to 2 programs, both on one campus or one on each. You got lots of flexibility there, so no sweat on multiple programs.
Thanks, Alex, for that great question. So I applied to a couple schools in Ontario. I applied to McMaster, Western, and Laurier, and I picked UMB above them all because I wanted to travel, and going to school to travel is like a good way to do it, so that's why. So thanks, Jessica, for that great question. So my first year classes in biology, I had about 300 kids, but now I'm averaging about 25 kids. Obviously, the older you get or the farther you go, it's less students in the class.
That's perfect. Thanks, Kirstin, for taking the time to come answer those questions.
Thanks for having me.
So that's a wrap. Episode 7, Discover UMB Show. We'd like to thank everybody who submitted their questions this week, and we've done things a little bit differently. So those that submitted questions will actually have their name entered into a draw to win our UMB swag bag, and the winner this week is Kennedy. So congratulations, Kennedy.
If you want your question featured on the Discover UNB show, comment on the video below or use hashtag Discover UNB on either Instagram or Twitter.
Perfect. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and until next week, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Now, this week on the Discover UMB show, the pumpkin drops.
It's all right.
Let's try it again. This week on the Discover UMB show, the pumpkin drops.
But the fun don't stop.